More than 100 e-scooters seized. More than 100 e-scooters have been seized by West Midlands Police as part of its ongoing work to tackle illegal riders. Between January and June, the force seized 106 e-scooters, while an operation in Birmingham city centre on Monday saw a further 14 being seized. E-scooters are legally available to buy, but it's currently against the law to ride a privately owned one in any public place, including roads, parks, or pavements in the UK. John Butter said the scheme being tried as ensure there is an alternative and more environmentally friendly use to travel. However, e-scooters can be very dangerous if people use them illegally and dangerously. We want people to feel safe in our towns and cities and will continue to take action against those who ignore the rules. Arrest after man suffers life-threatening head injuries. An arrest has been made after a 53-year-old man suffered life-threatening head injuries in an assault in Halesowen, parts of Drew's Holloway South was conducted off all after officers were called at 20:43 to people arguing and fighting, police said. A 29-year-old from Halesowen Hawthorne was arrested at the scene on suspicion of assault. West Midlands Police has called for anyone who saw what happened or may have CCTV or doorbell camera footage to come forward. Health teams deliver more than 17,000 jabs in vaccine push. Over 17,000 coronavirus vaccines were delivered between Friday and Monday on a bid to get as many people vaccinated before light in July. Black Country and West Birmingham Clinical Commissioning Group said. As the big walk-in weekend, over 40 locations across the Black Country and West Birmingham opened their doors to offer vaccinations to all adults. With over 300,000 people across the area still yet to receive their first dose, health chiefs Health chiefs are urging people to continue to come forward for their vaccine. Delivering over 17,000 jabs across one weekend is a brilliant achievement. Our aim was to get as many people from across the area vaccinated ahead of Freedom Day so they can get back to doing the things they love safely. It's not too late to come forward and get your vaccine, so if you haven't had your first dose yet or your second dose is now due, please don't delay. Police officers stabbed at West Brom Bridge shopping center. Two police officers have been stabbed at the shopping center after approaching two men they thought were acting suspiciously. The officers had been patrolling New Square Shopping Center in West Brom Bridge when they were targeted shortly before 11:30. Two men aged 41 and 37 and a woman 31 have been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder, police said. The injured man received slash injuries, not thought to be serious. The attack happened shortly after a Section 60 giving officers extra powers to carry out additional stop checks was granted earlier for parts of West Brom Bridge town centre.
CH sucked Ian Green.
Chair Sublin Green said. Fortunately, both officers received mild injuries but are understandably shaken by today's incident, as I'm sure other officers and staff are, as well as our communities. We have special powers authorized to carry out additional patrols in West Bromwich Town Centre as a result of an increase in violence in recent days, as our priority is keeping you safe. He said a CCTV patrol has been carried out and a number of witnesses spoken to. We will support our colleges uh, we will support our colleagues throughout their recovery and others affected by what has happened this morning and the pending investigation, Charles Green added. A West Midlands ambulance service spokeswoman said ambulance crews arrived to find two male police officers with long serious injuries. They were given treatment on scene before being conveyed to hospital by land ambulance for further checks. Chief Constable of West Midlands Police, Sir Dave Thompson, said in a tweet he was deeply concerned. He also thanked the ambulance service for their swift response and added there was support in place for brave officers acting to keep the public safe. Garden waste delays due to workers isolating. Many waste collections are being disrupted as workers have to self-isolate. Stoke-on-Trent City Council said it was behind on recycling and waste collections, but later said it was now up to date, while the garden waste collections continue to be delayed. We are currently experiencing disruptions with our garden waste collections, while staff self-isolate in line with public health guidance in response to the coronavirus. We are asking residents to lift out their bins and we will collect as soon as possible. We apologize for any inconvenience. Great Birmingham Run postponed until 2022. The Great Birmingham Run, due to take place in October, has been postponed. Organizers say both the 10K and half marathon distance will instead take place in May 2022, Chief Executive Paul Foster said. Despite the lifting of restrictions this week, we are still required to deliver safe events that are designed to minimize COVID transmission amongst participants and spectators. As no cancellation insurance is currently available for large-scale events, we also have to consider the implications of possible future restrictions. We are sorry that we have to do this, but we hope everyone understands the decision, Mr. Foster added. All runners who have already purchased a place in the event will be automatically rolled over to 2022, and anyone who can't make the 2022 date can apply for a refund. Water warning as demand increase in hot weather.
Severn Trent.
Severn Trent is asking customers to be mindful of their water usage during the hot weather. The water company has been sending out text messages to customers in the West Midlands region, asking them to reduce water usage. It said making changes such as using a watering can instead of a garden hose to water plants. Covering the pending pool with a sheet so it can be used the next day, and avoiding washing the car until the very hot weather passed will all add up to make a big difference. A Southern Trans spokesperson said, as you know, we are experiencing extreme hot weather at the moment, and this year we are having another summer with more people at home again. Our reservoirs remain in a healthy position, and while we have plenty of water available, the challenge is treating and pumping it out fast enough to meet demand due to the current heat wave. It takes around 12 hours to treat and pump water out to customers, and as water demand increases, we are struggling to get it through our treatment works and into pipes fast enough to keep up with the waste that is being used. To make sure that there is plenty of water for everyone, we are asking customers to be mindful of their water use and reduce non-essential usage where possible. Despite the heat, many of you are out and about sending in your weather pictures. Andy and Balloon Man took these hazy sorts in Stone, Staffordshire.